Hold on. Let's get festive.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Or happy Easter season. Easter is a holiday that traditionally for me used to terrify me because my mom told me a story. Maybe it was that she saw the Easter bunny in my room. And I was like, well, that's terrifying.
The security here is terrible. Thanks, Mom.
Why was there a stranger in the house?
Yeah.
Hiding eggs. I don't want an egg that badly.
Yeah. It all seems like a terrible thing to hide.
Same with Santa. Like, you realize Santa is like a strange...
Breaking and entering.
Creepy old guy.
Old man.
Who eats your food.
Yeah, that you practice appeasement by putting out, like,
who
cookies.
Who talks to reindeer. And is abusive to one of them because he has a different nose.
Like, I was gonna say, how are they treated the rest of the year?
This is a tangent.
Okay.
All right, so we bought 5 different kinds of drugstore Easter eggs. The idea is, like, we're gonna tell you which is the best one to buy the small child in your life, or just the person who you show up empty-handed at their Easter party.
Or for yourself the day after Easter if you just want to eat a lot of candy. Which is what the drugstore candies are all about.
Yeah,
really.
And drugstore candies are fantastic and underrated. And we're not a highbrow show. Sorry, there's an orange here. We are
freshness out of this.
we had an orange. Oh. Can you even see it now?
No.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna just open one by one. We're gonna start with the Reese's peanut butter egg. And we're gonna give you our honest reviews, and then at the end we're gonna rank them.
I think this is actually gonna be hard because
they're small.
They're all delicious
in different ways.
I love Easter candies.
Do you have an early contender for who you think is gonna win?
I know who's gonna win. I know who's gonna win my vote.
Who? All right, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
It's obvious.
I don't know. I don't know.
Ooh, the game is up.
Because I've never tried this guy.
Oh, that's true. Maya's very partial to anything Oreo.
I am.
If there's a soggy cookie,
but I like both of these a lot.
This is a winner in any form, like the Reese's cup
situation.
The only thing that's different is the like. Now I feel like I'm somewhat of an expert on Reese's cups. Like the different sizes makes a difference. It's like the peanut
proportion
butter to chocolate ratio, and the like. You know
This is really what this show is about.
Yeah, we're gonna get into these deep issues.
Deep treats. We're the Mary Berries of drugstore candy.
Now, this is also like a little bit of a head-to-head because we have a Russel Stouffer's Caramel Egg and then a Cadbury Caramel Egg.
I feel like we're watching The Bachelor.
Yeah, who's gonna win? Already all the contestants.
All right.
Promising.
All right, so let's start with this guy because we're familiar with him.
Yep.
He's the Reese's peanut butter egg. So taking it out of the package.
So like expectations are pretty high. I don't expect to be like, I know what the goodness is gonna be, but it could just go downhill, I guess.
It just looks like an egg.
Looks a little bit disappointing out of the package, to be honest.
Like
a little bit of like smoky left out for us. And it doesn't have the ridges, which I enjoy in a traditional sized peanut butter cup.
Okay, so let's do this. It's a different proportion of peanut butter to chocolate than like a Reese's cup, I will say that.
There's less chocolate, and there's no of like the fluted edges.
Yeah. Oh, the fluted edges.
It's okay.
It's still good.
It's good. Solid, good Reese's peanut butter. Here's the thing about Reese's peanut butter products though. There's good batches and less good batches. Like they're all okay. I feel like this is a less good batch. Like there are better batches.
I agree. I don't feel like the peanut butter is actually the right consistency.
And there should be a little bit more chocolate.
Here's the Cadbury Cream Egg. Another classic. I want to call it a bake, but it's an Easter candy.
What is a candy?
What is it? What is a
candy?
What is a candy?
What is a candy? It lives in the family of bakes, though. It's like the same type of person, like your same type of lady makes like homemade bakes and makes homemade candies.
My mom and I made homemade candies for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, we did.
That is so ambitious. I don't think anyone in my family has ever attempted anything of that nature.
We're getting really distracted. So this is the...
I really like candy. Okay.
This is the Cadbury egg.
This is a classic, and I love it because we're going to see when Maya cuts it open. It has that weird fried egg look to it on the inside. And it's only available for Easter.
That is very true.
So
you can never get this.
It's a truly seasonal treat.
It is a truly seasonal treat. You give me so much joy.
You bring me so much joy, Maya.
All right, hold on. Oh, so it's a little bit unevenly
scrambled.
It's a little scrambled, but like, oh.
But
I wore the perfect
my
outfit for a Cadbury. There's the thumbnail. All right. Here, you can have the...
I like the insides is the best. I actually really love Cadbury's chocolate for some reason. I think there's like more sugar in it.
Mm-hmm.
But this liquid goodness is the best part of Easter season. Do they even sell these individual? Like they're always individual, but they should just sell like a dozen eggs in like a carton. Why do they not do that?
They do.
Where?
I saw them in CVS when we were just there.
You only bought the one egg you saw?
Yeah, I'm cheap.
I love the middle.
Uh-huh. I actually went in for just the middle.
Yeah.
What is it?
Nobody knows. It's like it's like hydrogenated oil and something horrible. I'm assuming.
And why did I ask that? It's like, why can't I just enjoy it? Like, why do I need to know?
You're curious.
It's horse feed. It's like they kill horses to make it, don't they?
If there's gelatin.
Everything good.
Yeah, something has to suffer.
Something has to suffer.
If you know, don't tell us in the comments. We just want to be happy.
Yeah, don't tell us. So next we have our Russel Stover Caramel Egg. I do have an observation, and none of these have dark chocolate involved, and that's disappointing.
Well, I think it's more for children, right? Like Easter.
Do children
candies.
not like dark chocolate?
I think it's because it's bitter. Like milk chocolate has a higher sugar content, so I think for American children, they're happier with that. It's also probably just less expensive to manufacture.
So interesting shape difference between our. It's a little bit more. It's a little chubbier. It's a chubbier egg.
Yeah.
Now, I am a little bit. I have to say the Russel Stover chocolate also, and I do have some of the peanut butter egg, is darker, right?
Yeah, well.
What do they call this on oh shit. What do they call it on the Mary Berry show when it's shiny?
Tempered. It's been properly tempered.
It's been properly tempered.
Has this been
the Reese's has not. This has been better tempered.
But I think Reese's candy is always like a matte finish, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. You're smart.
Russel Stover's is like ultimate pharmacy chocolates. It's like the nice box. It's near the Whitman samplers, which is also, we should do a Whitman sampler show. That's a good one too.
All right.
So it's a solid caramel. It's a solid caramel.
It's a solid.
I like caramel. That's fine. This is literally, if you've had the box of mixed assorted chocolates, Russel Stover's, it's like that, dare I say, a nursing home type caramel.
We're gonna have so much fun when we're old.
I'm starting now. I have a cat. I crocheted him a Christmas stocking. Or like soap operas. I'm ready. I'm gonna go to the seniors. I'm gonna bring my Russel Stover's mixed candies.
All right, Russel Stover. We know what that is. Oh my God, it's Oreo egg time. I'm disappointed already because I was hoping it was going to be dark chocolate. I know that you said that these were made for children, but now I wonder, pray tell, is this made by the Cadbury company or is it made by Oreo? It's got that same
exact shell. Of course it is.
No, it doesn't though, because the Cadbury shell has this star on it, and they don't.
Well, it's very similar.
So let me find the line and see if I can do a nice clean cut.
Like a surgeon.
I am a candy surgeon. Oh, I made a mess. You guys, look at it. Can I get it to focus? Hold on. It's like, okay, it looks like the white Oreo cream with chunks of Oreo in it.
It's a solid filling though. It's not liquid.
It's not liquidy at all. It's like frosting, I think. Well, let's eat it. Oh, weird.
This kind of reminds me, I had an Oreo Cream Christmas candy that I bought a bag of. I like candy. Just buy bags of holiday candy and eat them at my home. And this is the filling of that. This is the same filling from the Oreo Christmas.
I'm extremely disappointed.
I think you just had higher expectations. It's fine.
I don't taste Oreo.
Yeah. Well, it's because the cream, you know what, it's because your expectations were high because of the Rincon Mr. Donuts.
That donut was so good.
It really was very good. So it was the shark donut, which is my favorite.
I'm so sad. I really thought this was going to be delicious.
It's not bad.
I'm a little brokenhearted.
You know, that's what happens when you reach for the stars, and sometimes, like, it's just
like someone promises you everything.
Someone promises you,
and then they just send an email. Send an email. Yeah, that's what it feels like. All right, this is Cadbury brand caramel. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm hoping it's like a little bit drippier caramel.
Yeah, it's gonna be way more liquid. It's gonna be more like
but look at this, dude.
Well, yeah, but that's Oreo brand cream. So like, in a meeting, Cadbury and Oreo were in the same room. Yeah. And Cadbury's like, look, we could make an egg. It would be great. And Oreo's like, fine, but let us ruin the middle.
Right.
That's probably what happened.
Exactly. All right, let's do this. Oh, it's exactly what I want. Yes. Look at that drizzly caramel. Ooh.
I'm sure there's a candy making term for this.
I know.
There's a woman.
Really learn more things.
There's a woman who works at Greenwood.
The cemetery.
The cemetery.
Cemetery story. We've had a nursing home mention and a cemetery story today.
Doing all the hits. I just want to relate to everyone at home. She makes candy, and she would know the term for this.
We should ask her.
Yeah, we should. I'll ask her. In between grave receipts. Oh no. This is more like a caramello. Do they still make that candy?
Oh my god, that candy. Remember the commercials for Caramello in the 90s? They were so sexual. And it was before I had sex. But what was good about it is like...
You felt included?
I felt included in the concept of sex because I'd had a Caramello. My little chubby ass.
We had an orange cat growing up, and when you picked him up, he was very lazy. And he was like stretchy, and so we would sing the Caramello song and like drag him.
But I have a strong opinion now about how I'm gonna rank these. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I think we're gonna be close.
Are we just gonna do a 1 through 5?
Yeah.
I have a 1 through 5.
All right. You go. What's your one?
My number one. The classic. The classic Cadbury Cream Egg cannot be improved. That weird gelatinous filling where it looks a little bit like, a lot like an egg. It's like there's some part is clear for no reason.
It's truly the taste of Easter.
And it's only available during Easter. And then if you go, like, you have to go like right the next day early and get them because then they're just gone. Like,
what do they do with them?
Everyone who works at the store,
they just
takes them home.
They do. We should get a quick job at a CVS and then just quit 2 days after Easter.
We could just pay full price for them. We could just buy them.
Or we could just buy them, right?
It might be easier. But yeah, these are the best, hands down.
Okay, my number one is the same. Okay. 100%, no difference. My number two, and this surprised me because I did not think it would go this way, but I would say that this Cadbury Caramel Egg is my number two.
Mine as well. Mine as well. I think the caramel is excellent. It's like you probably can't get that any other time.
It's dribbly.
I would not necessarily crave it because you could just get a caramello if they still make that.
But there's something about eating it in an egg form.
Yeah.
That makes it exciting. It makes it Easter spirited.
Yeah, and it's like you can fill out the basket. Let's pretend we're giving them to other people. Some children know I'm eating them. Then it's like you have a couple of options. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
What's your 3?
3, again, another bit of a surprise is the nursing home caramel egg. Because I think it's pretty good, and also it again brings me back to like nostalgic moments of like drugstore candies in my youth.
Yeah.
Which were always like special times.
You know, I wasn't gonna say that, but I feel as pretty ambivalent about, I was gonna say the Reese's one, but I think you're right. Like that one was a little bit of a better, I keep wanting to call it a bake, but it's a better candy. It's like better composed. This is like Reese's, like it feels like it's their side project. Like their cups are amazing, but this is like clearly, like if you want a Reese's, get a Reese's type of deal, you know?
Yeah. And you can have a Reese's cup anytime, so I don't feel like and the best time for Reese's on like the Halloween Reese's are the best.
Oh, the little baby ones.
You know, I don't love the chocolate.
Oh no.
The baby ones.
You know what? Those baby ones, though, they would take them. Remember in the 90s when everybody got paranoid that people were like injecting the candies with poison?
Yeah.
And then the asshole strict parents would take away anything that was foil wrapped.
Oh, really?
I would hide it.
Not my parents.
I would hide it in my underpants, but then I would have melted Reese's because my body heat would heat it up.
Okay, but yeah, you can get Reese's at other times. These are probably just like melted down like leave-ins from the factory. They're not as good. The Halloween ones are better because they're like really cranking them out so they're all fresh coming out of the factory.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how the candy factory works. We know
I have to assume. I've never been to one. Yeah.
All right, last but not least was this hot disappointment.
This brittle, dry imposter.
Can I make a bold statement?
Yeah.
If this candy was my child...
Go on.
I'm not even comparing it to, I'm so angry at it, I'm comparing it to my non-existent child. If this candy was my child, I would sit it down and explain to it that it had disappointed me.
Yeah. You'd be like, look, you had so much potential.
Like I wouldn't be like, no, I'm not mad at you.
Cadbury.
I'm disappointed.
And Oreo, we expected more, frankly.
And I'm not mad, I'm disappointed because like, no one would be hot trash like that on purpose. This caramel is good.
Yeah, the caramel's good, but not as good as our number one winner, the classic Cadbury Cream Egg. Has not changed since...
And don't ever change it.
Don't ever change it.
People from Cadbury, if you're watching,
which I'm sure you are.
Good job. Yeah. We see you, we know how hard you work. We know that people take you for granted.
Yeah, we just expect.
Nothing we just are entitled to our Cadbury eggs.
The packaging hasn't changed. This
and do you know how many meetings that they have that every year these motherfuckers from Cadbury have to sit down and discuss changing the color? And there's one older gentleman that lets everybody present, and then he just...
Let's call him Nigel.
Let's call him Nigel.
Nigel worked. Nigel, what's his name?
Nigel Cadbury.
Nigel Cadbury. Heir to the Cadbury fortune, right?
Yeah, he lets them present.
He lets them present because he has, like, well, he's got to fill up his day. He plays cricket in the morning. he has time to kill before he goes for a walk and then has tea. So he's like, all right.
All right, guys. So,
sorry.
Whenever you want to start doing your job would be fine with me.
How about now?
Whenever you're ready. Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah.